Oh, that was better than yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Whew. Ow, my legs fell asleep. Ow.
Much better.
Thank you, babe. You're welcome. Welcome back to 10 Foot Customs. Just got home from work and I thought I'd come out and work a little bit on Ruby here and see if I can actually complete something. The last few videos I've shot have not had a final to them. Like, I'll get mostly done and then I don't finish because I run out of time. I don't want the video to be, you know, a 73-hour long video. So this time we're going to try to get something a little shorter and actually complete something so that the video has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So what we're going to do is, well, first off, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what I did finish on Ruby after the last video. So you guys saw all this. This is all wired up in here now. I ran this wire down to the temp sensor. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then I ran the purple wire here to the oil pressure sensor. I unplugged this plug, which goes to the carburetor, the factory carburetor. It is a, it does something with the choke. It lets the choke only run when it's got oil pressure or something, but my carburetor doesn't have that, and I'd like to go to a manual choke anyway, so I can eliminate that piece. Mounted the starter solenoid, so that's done. I still did I picked up a ballast resistor that runs off of this side to here for some reason about dropping voltage, or I read about it. For some reason you have to drop voltage to not burn out your coil. Let's see, is that it? Oh, ran the new red wire from the starter to this side of the starter solenoid. Nice little short red wire there. And then I did swap this out to a black cable that goes back down above the starter to the block. So yeah, what I'll say about these is that one and that one, again, luckily I had split loom because I had to back them out and pull them out of the cable and get them out. And just so people don't think that it's like exaggerating with the amount of time, after I finished shooting that last video and had it to where it looked very similar to this, everything else I've done to finish that harness took me probably another 6 or 8 hours worth of work out here to get it to where it looks like now. So yeah, I mean, you can only record so much and make it interesting, and I don't even know if what I'm recording is interesting. But kind of why I had to stop what I was doing and just, you know, finish it and then bring you back in when it was done. But, oh, the chain's making noise back here. Stop. After I got this done, I went in and I hit the key on the ignition to see if I could get the start. And there's still no start on this. From the ignition to that follows that blue wire out to the starter solenoid, there's nothing for some reason. I haven't tested it yet. I brought my multimeter home from work, and I will test it and see if I'm getting 12 volts to it. It could be the ignition switch. It could be a ground. Haven't figured that out yet. But I was in Ruby, and I sat down on the edge, slid myself underneath there, and then got stuck in Ruby. I actually had to have my wife come out and help me unstuck myself from laying underneath the dashboard of Ruby, which was a whole thing in itself. I wish I would have had a video of that, because once my butt fell into the seat, the footwell, that was the end of that. I was pretty much not getting myself out of there. But while I was laying on the floor, stuck in Ruby, I noticed that the oil pressure gauge is aftermarket and the temp sensor gauge is aftermarket. So after going through and repairing those wires and shortening them up and making them look pretty, those 2 wires that I ran are useless anyway. They don't go to anything under the dashboard. So either I have to get factory gauges, I can hook them up, or I have to figure out how to hook up the aftermarket gauges to make them work. But for today, something that I hope I can do quick and easy and finish, I picked up this oil line kit. There is an oil line coming out from the firewall. Again, this tub never met this frame, never met this engine. So these 3 things never met each other until the previous owner I bought it from assembled them. So a bunch of this stuff, there's no provision for an oil line on this engine because this engine never had the provisioning for the oil line. It probably had a functioning gauge. So I do have a wire running out of the firewall, but it doesn't plug into anything. So I'm going to use this to rerun this line from the gauge to I'm going to unscrew that where that electrical connection is, and hopefully one of these fittings will screw into that. And then I can run this gauge, the oil line off of that. And I know a lot of people don't like this stuff because there's a chance of it breaking and a chance of it failing, and you squirt oil everywhere inside the interior, and I understand that. But right now, I just want to know if I have oil pressure. I'd like to go to a digital gauge probably eventually, but right now, I just need to know if I have oil pressure. And the quickest way of doing that is to hook up a line to that fitting and see if this will work. So that's what we're going to try to attempt to do. We're going to oil line, and then even though I can't start it with the key, I can use the remote starter and kick it over and see if we can get oil pressure. So that's going to be the big payoff in this video. Hopefully will be us using that to start it and seeing if we have oil pressure. So what we have in this kit is a bunch of just different adapters and fittings that would go to the crush fitting that goes onto this oil line. So I'm going to attempt to go underneath the dashboard and get the old oil line off of the gauge, which should be pretty easy, and then run this brand new line. And that way I have brand new crush fittings and everything, and a nice clean line that I know is not going to have any cracks in it. This is the fitting I'm going to try to remove. Again, if I'm not going to use it, I can hopefully get this one out. Because this one I can hopefully, if I get the gauge in the interior correct, this pressure thing still works, and I can still use this fitting. And I'm sure there's a nice big socket that fits this thing. I don't have it, so let's see if I can get this on here and breaker free. Oh no, that's not gonna do anything. Those are not gripping at all. Okay, let me see if I can find something else. Okay, not the proper tool for the job, but let's see if we can get this in there. Come on. Oh, look at that, it turns. Okay. Never underestimate the need for a good pipe wrench when working on a car. Well, the cover just came off of this thing. It's just a plastic cover. I don't know if oil's gonna come dripping out of here. It might. Fitting that can go Oh no, no oil. Ew. It looks very dry. And that is my fear. I don't think that was needed for anything other than vibration, probably. But the fact that that's dry is not what I wanted to see. Little bag of parts here. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I needed. That one will fit in there. Let me get a wrench to snug that up. Shouldn't get any garbage in it. Tight. And this is the old line sticking out, and it's filthy. And it runs up into this piece of tubing here, so I'm going to go into the cab and I'll pull this piece of line out, hopefully, if I can disconnect it on the inside, and we can replace that piece of line. I'm currently laying in Ruby underneath the dashboard, and this is where I got stuck yesterday. Hopefully this time I figured out how to get out. I have to use Rusty's Nerf bars to get my feet on out there. You see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but to get myself back out. But I brought all the stuff I need, hopefully, in my pocket to be able to work in here. So I'm stuck under the dashboard, and I brought everything I needed to get this line out, but they have a different size on this one than the one that I have, and since I can't get out of here very easily, I'm going to have to turn this off and text my wife to come out here and get me a tool or two, because I'm not getting out of here. As always, the amazing wife came through. Oof. I have an adjustable wrench now. Ugh. I am not kidding you. There's no room to work here. Ugh. This is one hander. Can't get the other arm up there. Okay. So far, so good. Stay. Okay, so that's out. Now, question is, does the new fitting fit on the old piece? And I hope none of these parts fell out of my pocket. Oh, that would suck. Okay, that goes there, I hope. Okay, woohoo. Now, not sure what you're going to be able to see. I'm going to try to assemble part of this in here. This line is not going to be easy to work with. I'm going to put some heat into it. That's fun. Haha. Found one. Okay, you got to assemble this a little bit. You got this little ferrule thing. Slides on. I really do apologize if this is not showing very well. That goes in. Oh, God. Thread. There's another one in my pocket. Maybe. Haha. Found the ferrule. Haha. Let's try this. Let's take 2 on this. Don't drop it. Okay. Because then why don't you want to thread on? Okay. It's threaded. Oh, where did I put? Ooh, that one. Well, that's the wrong size. No wonder that didn't fit. I don't know if I can get my hand in here. Nope. There's no way. This is just going to stab me in the head. Stop stabbing me in the head. Okay, oil line feels tight. I'm going to have to try to straighten this thing, though. This is going to be useless to me doing this. Use the torch, and I got a little bit of curl out of it. This, I think, I need to go a little bit more. So I use a little bit more torch to get a little more of this bend out. Gotta go really careful with this. Kind of hold it, let it get solid again. A little bit more out. Hold it and let it stiffen up again. There you go, that's better. That's better. Now, if I can figure out how to get it out of the firewall, that will be a feat in itself. I don't know what I have no idea what these lines are. There's a bunch of lines coming out of here. Little rubber lines. I don't know what they go to. And then the steel line has got to be all vacuum lines or something. I have no idea. That's got a fitting. That's got a like a brake line fitting on it. So I don't know. Let me see if I can find a spot to run an oil line through there. Again, if nothing else, just for right now. So this is just glued in here. I just got it glued in here. There's the oil line right there. It's glued in this gigantic bundle of crud. Here's all those other lines. I don't know where they go. So I'm just going to cut this and try to chip away at whatever this sealant is and see if I can access that hole a little bit better. And then run a new oil line. Back onto the dashboard. Oh yeah. Okay, so this will now as simply as possible run up here. Just in the eyes. And plug back into that thing. Okay. Okay, I think that's in. One last little smooth. Okay. Oil line's in on this side. We'll go fit it on the other side. And we should be good. Okay, we'll give ourselves enough. Give ourselves a little bit of slack in it, so when the engine's moving, we're not pulling on it. Something about there. I think we're good enough. Where's the focus on it? Yeah, I think we're okay. Clean up the edge a little bit. There we go, those two pieces are on. Edge there. Don't believe that'll cause a problem. Okay, we have an oil feed line to our oil pressure gauge. I don't want Ruby to start right now, so I have the jumper on here. I'm going to just remove the coil wire so that it won't kick over. I just want to see if you start getting oil up to this oil line now when it's cranking. Let me go turn the ignition on because I don't think it'll. Yeah. Oh, it will go without the ignition being on. So I guess that works too. Let's see what happens. Well, we've got nothing coming out of there, and that is not good. I don't know if you have to bleed these things or not, but I'm going to undo this line and see if just cranking it, if oil comes out down there. Kind of see it. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oil came out there. Okay. The oil, get oil line back up. Maybe you have to bleed these things? I had never used one before. Let's see. The oil's going up into it. Let me hook up the coil and get the because we're gonna plug this engine out if I don't do something. Okay, so you tell me if we have oil pressure. I'm going to hit the start button. Turn the ignition on. It's not going to start with the ignition off.
I think it's on. It's all the way.
Yeah, is the battery gauge on? It's another way to tell.
Yes.
Okay, so that's on. I'm hooked to there. You may have to feed her a little bit of gas. We'll find out. I just cranked it a few times. It's probably flooded. So, ready?
Yep. You're getting oil pressure.
How much?
It went up to probably about 7 or 8.
That's low, but okay.
Well, but you hadn't started yet.
Right. Yep. Come on.
Built about 10. That was 20.
Oh.
40.
I can't get this choke to open up. Hold on. Choke doesn't want to stay open. You guys get tired of it opens? I don't know. Okay, that's fantastic. That's another thing checked off my list. We have oil pressure. We have like 60 psi of oil pressure, which is awesome. That means I can run this without being concerned about me running the top end dry. That's just awesome. I'm so excited about that. So that means I can now go into trying to get the ignition actually working off the key. Because right now I still have to use that, the remote starter. And then I have to figure out a coolant temp gauge. But I'm not concerned about that right now. Right now we have oil pressure, and oil pressure is paramount. I can figure out coolant. It's not going to overheat right now with this temperature right now. So, cool beans. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, with that, we'll end the video. And we accomplished something today. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And this video will probably come out on Sunday, which is today's the 4th, 5th, 6th. This video will probably come out on the 6th. The 7th is my 1-year YouTube anniversary. That's just cool. I mean, I didn't know if I'd be doing this that long. But, yeah. 1 year of shooting videos and posting videos on YouTube. So that's awesome. So, again, thank you all for watching. I hope everybody has a fantastic week.